Hello viewers. So in our previous video we have discussed the continuity of a function. In today's lecture we will discuss about the differentiability of a function. Viewers, continuity and differentiability are related to each other. Clear? All continuous functions are not necessarily differentiable, but all differentiable functions are continuous functions. We'll take up this relationship between continuity and differentiability in our next lecture, but today we'll mainly focus on how to prove the differentiability of a function. Clear? So let us first take the definition of differentiable function. So let fx be a real function. Let fx be a real function and let a be any real number. Clear? Now we define the left hand derivative and right hand derivative of this function fx by the following limits. So the right hand derivative for which we'll use this notation RHD, right hand derivative. This right hand derivative is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus fa over h. So this is the right hand derivative of this function fx, which is denoted by r of f dash of a or f prime of a. Clear? Now the left hand derivative of this function fx is limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h minus fa over minus h, and it is denoted by L of f prime of a. Clear? So viewers, a function fx is said to be differentiable if the right hand derivative exists. If this exists, the left hand derivative exists, and these two derivatives, the right hand derivative and left hand derivative, are equal. Then we say that this function fx is differentiable at x is equal to a. Clear? If the right hand derivative exists and left hand derivative also exists, but the two derivatives are not equal to each other, if this happens, then the function is said to be non-differentiable. Clear? So we can say that a function fx is said to be differentiable at x is equal to a if the right hand derivative, that is r f prime of a, is equal to L f prime of a. Clear? So the common value of r f prime of a and L f prime of a is denoted by simply f prime of a. Okay? And this f prime of a is known as the derivative of fx at x is equal to a. Clear? And here this h, this quantity h, is always a positive quantity. So where's a function is said to be differentiable if the right hand derivative and left hand derivative both exists and they are equal. The common value is known as the derivative of the function at this point x is equal to a. Clear? So let us solve some examples to further clarify this concept of differentiability of a function. Viewers, let us take the famous example of the function absolute value function or the modulus function, and we have to test its differentiability at x is equal to 0. Clear? So we know that the absolute value function fx is mod x is continuous. Mod x is continuous at x is equal to 0. So let us test its differentiability at x is equal to 0. Now for this we'll find the right hand derivative at say point a. Clear? So r f prime of a is limit, as we have just seen, this is limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus fa over h. Now this limit is h tends to 0, here f, here we have a is equal to 0 because we have to test the differentiability at x is equal to 0. So we have a is equal to 0. So we have 0 plus h minus f of 0 over h. Clear? So we have limit h tends to 0 f of h minus f of 0 over h. Clear? So we have limit h tends to 0. What is f of h? F of h is mod of h. And what is f of 0? This is mod of 0 over h. Here h is a positive quantity, but h is infinitesimally small. So limit h tends to 0. So mod of h is simply h minus 0 over h, and this is limit h tends to 0. H minus 0 is h over h, and we have 1. So the value of the right hand derivative at f prime of 0 is equal to 1. Clear? Now let us take the left hand derivative of this function. Clear? So here we'll rub it, and okay, here we have the okay. So now we define the left hand derivative of this is f prime of a is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h minus f of a over minus of h. Clear? So we have just obtained the value of r f prime of 0 is equal to 1. Clear? Now this is limit h tends to 0. The left hand derivative of this function f at 0 is limit h tends to 0 f of 0 minus h minus of f0 over minus h. Now we write here limit h tends to 0, this is f of minus h, this is f of 0 over minus h. Now we have limit h tends to 0, f of minus h is mod of minus h minus mod of 0 over minus h. Now we can write limit h tends to 0, and here mod of minus h is simply h, and this is 0 over minus h. So we have limit h tends to 0, we have h over minus h. Now when h and h get cancelled, again we mention h is greater than 0 and h is infinitesimally very small. So h and h get cancelled and we are left with minus 1. So therefore the value of the left hand derivative of absolute value function at x is equal to 0 is minus 1. So we have seen that the value of L f prime of 0 is minus 1, and here we clearly see that the two derivatives, that is the right hand derivative is not equal to the left hand derivative. Clear? So 1 is not equal to minus 1. So therefore we conclude that this function fx is equal to mod x is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. Clear? But this absolute value function is continuous at x is equal to 0. So we conclude that every continuous function is not necessarily differentiable, but all differentiable functions are continuous. Clear? So let us take some more examples. Viewers, now we'll take up this question. Show that fx is equal to mod of x minus 5 is continuous but not differentiable at x is equal to 5. So here we have to prove two things. The first one is continuity and the second one is differentiability. So let us take these one by one. So first we'll prove that this function is continuous at x is equal to 5. For continuity, we have to find the left hand limit, then right hand limit, then the value of the function at the given point, and if all these three quantities are equal and if they exist, obviously if they exist and are equal, then the function is said to be continuous. So let us prove it. So first we'll find the left hand limit. So the left hand limit is limit x tends to 5 minus of fx. So we have limit h tends to 0 f of, here we have x is equal to a minus h. Clear? So here we can write, so we have 5 minus h. Clear? Here we have substituted x is equal to 5 minus h. H is greater than 0 and h is positive and infinitesimally very small. So here limit h tends to 0 f of 5 minus h. So we find this limit f of 5 minus h is mod of 5 minus h minus 5, which is equal to h tends to 0, and we have minus h mod of, which is equal to limit h tends to 0 and it is h, and we have 0. Clear? Sorry. Now let us take the right hand limit. Now for right hand limit, again we'll do x tends to 5 plus, here we have fx. Now we write limit h tends to 0 f of 5 plus h, because we again substitute here x is equal to 5 plus h and h is greater than 0. As x tends to 5, h tends to 0. Clear? So we have limit h tends to 0, f of 5 plus h is 5 plus h minus 5. So we have limit h tends to 0, 5 get cancelled, we have mod of h which is equal to limit h tends to 0, h is positive, so we have mod of h is equal to h and it is 0. So we see that this is 0 and this is 0. So therefore left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to it is equal to 0. Clear? So this is 0. So both the limits exist, left hand limit exists, right hand limit exists, and both are equal to 0. So therefore we say that limit x tends to 5 fx exists. Clear? Now the value of f of 5, that is the value of the function at the given point, is mod of 5 minus 5, and which is mod of 0 equal to 0. So therefore we see that the left hand limit is equal to right hand limit is equal to the value of the function at the point 5. Clear? So therefore fx is equal to mod of x minus 5 is continuous at x is equal to 5. Clear? So viewers, this is how we prove the continuity of this mod function at x is equal to 5. Now let us show that this function is not differentiable at x is equal to 5. Let us find the right hand derivative of this function. So it is defined as limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h minus fa over h. Clear? So here's here we'll calculate it. Limit h tends to 0. Now we have to find the differentiability at x is equal to 5. So here a is 5. Clear? So here we can write r f prime of 5. So this is f of 5 plus h minus f of 5 over h, and we write limit h tends to 0, f of 5 plus h. Here we have this is f of 5 plus h is 5 plus h. F of 5 plus h is obtained from this. We'll substitute 5 plus h for x. So 5 plus h minus 5 minus f of 5 is 5 minus 5, and we have h. So this is limit h tends to 0, 5 get cancelled, mod of h is equal to h, and mod of 0 is 0, so h minus 0 over h. So we have limit h tends to 0, h minus 0 is h over h, so h get cancelled, we have 1. So therefore the value of r f prime of 5 is equal to 1. Clear? Now let us find the left hand derivative. Clear? Okay, so viewers, here we have the left hand derivative is limit h tends to 0. This is f of a minus h minus f of a over minus of h. Now here we will substitute the value. Here we have, so we have L of f prime of, here we have 5. Clear? So f of 5 minus h minus f of 5 over minus h. So we have limit h tends to 0. F of 5 minus h is obtained from here. We have 5 minus h minus 5, and f of 5 is 5 minus 5. Clear? So we have minus h. Now we can write limit h tends to 0. Minus 5 minus 5 is 0. So mod of minus h, this is mod of 0 over minus h. So limit h tends to 0. Mod of minus h is simply h. Here we have 0 over minus of h. So this is equal to limit h tends to 0, h over minus h. So h get cancelled and we have minus 1. Clear? So we have the left hand derivative as f prime of 5 is equal to minus 1. So we see that the right hand derivative is not equal to the left hand derivative. Clear? So these two derivatives exist, but they are not equal, or they do not have the common value. So therefore we claim that fx is equal to mod x minus 5 is not differentiable at x is equal to 5. Clear? Viewers, now we are taking an important question, and here we are taking the greatest integer function. Show that fx is equal to greatest integer function x is not differentiable at x is equal to 2. Clear? So viewers, we know that the greatest integer function is not a continuous function. Now we have to prove that it is not differentiable at this point x is equal to 2. So what we will do, the process is same. We will first find the right hand derivative, which is f prime of a, which is equal to limit h tends to 0 f a plus h minus f a over h. Now the value of a is here 2. So we have r f prime of 2 is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 2 plus h minus f of 2 over h, and obviously here h is greater than 0. It is a positive quantity, although h is infinitesimally very small. Now this is limit h tends to 0. F of 2 plus h is obtained from substituting x is equal to 2 plus h in this function. So we have 2 plus h minus f of 2 is 2 over h. Now limit h tends to 0. Now see, h is greater than 0, so 2 plus h is greater than 2. Clear? So the value of, or by the definition of greatest integer function, we know that this 2 plus h is greatest integer less than or equal to x. Clear? So 2 plus h, suppose this 2 plus h is say 2.00001. So the value of 2.00001 is 2. So we have 2 here, and the value of this 2 is 2. So we have here we have h. So we have limit h tends to 0, and we have 2 minus 2 is 0, 0 over h, and this is equal to 0. So the right hand derivative at x is equal to 2 is equal to 0. So we write it here, f prime of 2 is equal to 0. Clear? Now let us find the left hand derivative. So let us find the left hand derivative. So viewers, here we have the left hand derivative at a is given by limit h tends to 0 f of a minus h minus f of a over minus h. Clear? Now we have L of f prime of 2 is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 2 minus h f of 2 over minus h. Clear? We have substituted the value of a is equal to 2 in this expression. So viewers, here we have limit h tends to 0 and f of 2 minus h is obtained from here. So we have 2 minus h minus f greatest integer 2 and minus h. Now since h is greater than 0, so 2 minus h is less than 2. Clear? 2 minus h is obviously less than 2. So therefore 2 minus h is say 1.9999. So the value of, or by the definition of greatest integer function, this 2 minus h greatest integer is equal to 1. Clear? And the value of this 2 is 2. So therefore this is limit h tends to 0. For greatest integer 2 minus h we write 1. Clear? Because the definition of greatest integer function is greatest integer less than or equal to this value, and the value of this function is 1. So this is 1. 1 minus f of 2 is here 2, and here we have minus h. Clear? So we have limit h tends to 0. This is 1. 1 minus 2 is minus 1 over minus 1 over minus h. So here we have limit h tends to 0 and we have 1 over h. Clear? Now we see that this is this limit is infinite, because limit h tends to 0 1 over h is infinity. So we have what we have obtained here. We have L f prime of 2 is infinity. So here we see that this is 0 and this is infinity. So the right hand derivative is not equal to the left hand derivative, and we write it like this: f of 2 is not equal to L of f prime of 2. So therefore the function fx is equal to greatest integer function is not differentiable at x is equal to 2. Clear? So viewers, now let us take one more problem. Here we have fx is equal to 2 plus x when x is greater than or equal to 0, and 2 minus x if x is less than 0. And here we have to show that fx is not derivable. Derivable and differentiable are same thing. So we have to show that fx is not derivable at x is equal to 0. So what we'll do, we'll adopt the same process of finding the right hand derivative and left hand derivative. So the right hand derivative is we have limit h tends to 0 f of a plus h minus fa over h. Clear? Now we'll here a is 0, this point a is 0, so we have r of f prime of 0 is equal to limit h tends to 0 f of 0 plus h minus f of 0 over h. Clear? So this is limit h tends to 0, f of h minus f of 0 is equal upon h. Now viewers, since we are finding the value of right hand derivative, so we'll take the function fx as 2 plus x. So what is the value of fh? Fh is limit h tends to 0, this is 2 plus h, and minus f of 0. F of 0 is again obtained from this expression because x is greater than or equal to 0. So for x is equal to 0, the function is fx is equal to 2 plus x. So here we have 2 plus 0. Clear? Over h. Now this is limit h tends to 0. So 2 plus h minus 2. 2 plus h minus 2 over h, minus 2 and 2 get cancelled. We have limit h tends to 0 and we have h over h, and this get cancelled and we are left with 1. So therefore the right hand derivative at f prime of 0 is 1. Clear? So let us find the left hand derivative. So here's the left hand derivative is defined as h tends to 0, f of a minus h minus of fa over h. Viewers, always remember that whenever we solve any problem, we should always write, or we should always have the habit of writing important formula. Clear? Because whenever we write a formula, then we can remember it for a long time. Clear? So here we have the left hand derivative. So left hand derivative at a is equal to 0 is L f prime of 0. This is h tends to 0. This is 0 minus h. Clear? So we have 0 minus h, and we have minus f of 0. Clear? So here we have here we have minus h. So here we have minus h. Clear? So limit h tends to 0. This is f of 0 minus h is minus h. So we have f of 0 here and minus h. So this is limit h tends to 0. F of minus h. Since we are calculating the left hand derivative, so we must take the function fx as 2 minus x, because for the values of x which are less than 0. So here f of minus h is 2 of minus h, and minus f of 0 is obtained from here. We have 2 plus 0 over minus h. So this expression become limit h tends to 0, minus minus plus. This is 2 plus h minus 2 over minus h. Clear? So here we have limit h tends to 0, and we have minus 2 and 2 get cancelled. We have h over minus h. So h and h get cancelled and we are left with minus 1. So therefore we see that the left hand derivative at 0 is minus 1, and these two are not equal. 1 is not equal to minus 1. So therefore we conclude that the right hand derivative at 0 is not equal to the left hand derivative. So 1 is not equal to minus 1. So therefore f prime of 0 does not exist. Clear? So hence we can say that fx is not derivable at x is equal to 0, or fx is not differentiable at x is equal to 0. Clear?